Are you my deadhead to Miami?
Yes. Yeah, I'm a deadhead.
The word deadhead has a few connotations. Unrelated to aviation, in the 1970s, the word was commonly used to describe fans of the band The Grateful Dead. Earlier versions of the word described theatregoers who didn't pay fees for admission. Today, the word is most commonly associated with airline crew commuting. Here's a straightforward explanation of a deadhead for pilots and flight attendants. A deadhead is a flight within a trip sequence which a crew member is not scheduled to work. Deadheads are used to reposition pilots or flight attendants to a city where their trip continues or ends. A deadhead can be the first or last flight of a trip, and it can also be anywhere in the middle of the sequence. Crew members are usually expected to be in full uniform for a deadhead flight because they are considered on the job and are paid for being on the plane despite not actively working. A deadhead is different from a commute. A crew member living in a city other than the airline domicile needs to fly into base before every trip and go home after each trip. This is known as front and back end commuting. Two main differences exist between commuting and deadheading. Commuting is not considered part of the crew member's working schedule and is thus uncompensated and unprotected by rest requirements. Secondly, a deadhead is always a space-positive confirmed ticket on the plane because it is operationally required. Commuting is a space-available modality of travel that requires crew members to have multiple flight options to get to work before their sequence begins. Commuting pilots often have to ride in the flight deck jump seats if the flight is full, and flight attendants are allowed to ride in extra cabin jump seats if they are available. Jump seating is an invaluable method for getting to and from work, but it usually isn't done on a deadhead. A common question is why crew members deadhead in the first place. After all, the airline loses its most valuable commodity, seats, to pilots and flight attendants who are not only riding for free, but are also paid to be on the plane. Simply put, airlines deadhead crew members when they have no other choice. Deadheads often occur after a trip sequence has failed continuity due to delays and cancellations. During periods of disruption to the schedules, reserves cover the short-term recovery while crews are repositioned via deadheads to work the remainder of their trips. Deadheads are sometimes built into trips during the original scheduling process. For instance, American Airlines operates a daily flight to London on a Boeing 777 and a Honolulu flight on a Dreamliner. American has neither a crew base for 777 nor 787 pilots, so the pilots have to deadhead from Dallas and Chicago respectively on the front and back end of the trip. This is great for pilots who live in Phoenix or somewhere out west and usually commute to Chicago or Dallas. In this case, they can waive their deadhead and commute independently to Phoenix while still being paid for the deadhead. Ultimately, deadheading is an operational move that crew schedulers use to get flight attendants and pilots in position during a trip or back to their domicile when their flying finishes in a different city. Pilots generally like deadheading because it's compensated equally to flying the plane, but without nearly as much work involved. Did you know about this word before watching this video? Let us know by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.